Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently 6:55 p.m. on this warm, cloudy, it looks like it's about to rain, Thursday evening. I was just uploading, I just published my video on my Peter Monn channel, and I was uploading my review of the Dirty Dough cookies that I did earlier today. And Alex just made a salad, and he was watching Cruel Summer Season 2, and he's trying to get caught up on it. And I was like listening to it as he was, because he had it on in the background while I was like doing my stuff. And I was like, this episode doesn't sound familiar to me. And I looked at him and I said, is this like the newest episode? He goes, I don't know, I'm just trying to get caught up on it. And I was like, yeah, I haven't seen this episode yet. So I was like, I gotta get outside and vlog to make sure that, I don't hear anything that I don't want to hear until I'm sitting down and actually like paying attention to it. But then I came out here and I was getting ready to order my DoorDash right before I started to vlog. Here it is, order again, Piata. Getting Piata yet again. Piata, Piata, Piata. 17 minutes it says it should take to get here. And, which is so quick, don't you think? And, right as I was getting ready to order it, I was like, you know what? I don't have my hat on. So I ran inside to get my hat, which I'd actually taken. I was talking to Alex, and he was laying, and he came home, and I was finishing up a video, and he was laying upstairs in bed. I was finishing up a video, and then I did the review video, and so he was watching TikToks upstairs, laying in bed. And so then when I got done, I went upstairs and was hanging out with him and Mr. Boo Radley. Boo's being so sweet today. And here, check out. Hold on a second. Let me get this done. Tip, change the tip. Place order. Okay. So I was hanging out with him, and I took my hat off when I got into bed because Alex was telling me a bunch of stuff about his work day, and he was asking me about my day. So I was telling him all kinds of stuff. And there it is. It says, preparing your order. So on DoorDash, it shows like the progress of it. And like the first thing, it says, preparing your order. Arrives in 16 to 26 minutes. And then it tells you Piata Italian Street Food is preparing your order, and they also text you. And then it has your order details underneath here, and the address where it's being delivered, and all this kind of stuff. And then the next will be when somebody picks it up, and then it'll be on my way. So I can track it as it falls, but I'll get text messages for each of my updates. So yeah, got my hat, and then I came out here, and now I'm sitting here relaxing. Last night, I said it was going to be a short vlog, and then it ended up being like 55 minutes or 54 minutes or something. So today, I should say, this is going to be a very long vlog, which means it'll be a short vlog. I have not tried my new, if you watch my Peter Does Stuff video, I did a grocery store haul. I had bought these Izzy drinks, but in the bottles. And so when we went to the store the other day, I bought 3, like they come in 4 packs of these cans. And I bought the apple, the mango, I think, and the strawberry. I'd gotten the blackberry and the clementine before. I didn't love the clementine. The blackberry I loved. So this time I got sparkling apple because I love anything that's apple flavored. So I want to try this. So here you go. You get a little bit of a live review. This is sparkling juice. You guys ready? Ooh, it smells so good. That is delicious. It tastes like a sparkling apple juice, which is what it is, but it's really good. How much juice does it have in it? Let's see. It's 90 calories, 0 fat, 24 carbs, 21 sugars, and 0 protein. Sparkling apple, no sugar, no added sugar, no preservatives, 70% fruit juice. Yeah, it tastes like apple juice, but just sparkling. That is really good. I really like that. And I have my paper towel that I keep next to my little table out here. So whenever I'm drinking coffee or some drink and it starts like the can starts sweating, then I clean it off. I've had a really great day today. But I did not sleep well at all last night. Somebody asked me, they said, do you notice a difference when you, like, on the nights that you take a nap versus the nights that you don't take a nap? I did before. Before, if I took a nap, I had a harder time falling asleep. Now, it doesn't really matter if I take a nap or if I don't take a nap. I still have the same difficulty in falling asleep. And in fact, somebody had said something about a pillow spray that they had. So I got on Amazon last night, and I ordered this. I'm like, I'm willing to try anything at this point. Somebody said the trazodone, if you keep on taking it, it'll work. The problem is that more so than the sleep supplements that are herbal, more so than anything else, the trazodone almost does the opposite to me, and like it keeps me up longer. Somebody said in there, in the comment sections, which I've read all the comments, they said that if they take it and they don't go to sleep within the first half hour, if they're not like still and in bed, that then it kind of like does the opposite effect for them and keeps them up. Somebody else said that you have to take it for several days for it to start working, which is not what my doctor told me. So, I don't know. Somebody said in there, and I don't know about this, but I did ask my doctor about this. They said that there's withdrawal symptoms associated with trazodone. I asked my doctor about that, and he said, oh, absolutely not. So I don't know. That must be true if somebody put it in the comment section, because they obviously know. But I've only taken it for 2 days. So I don't know that I'm going to continue to take the trazodone. I bought this spray. It's called like Deep Sleep Pillow Spray. I bought pillow sprays in the past that have like lavender and chamomile. I think this one has the same thing. It was expensive. It was $30 for this big like white square like plastic bottle. And but supposedly it's supposed to help you like fall asleep like really quick. I'm willing to try anything at this point because I'm so tired, and then I get up and I've slept so restlessly, and it took me so long to fall asleep that I'm literally only getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep at night, and I'm so exhausted, and I'm trying not to take naps because I want to be tired to fall asleep, and then I don't. And then what happens is, like, almost like tossing and turning makes me sleep worse than if I would just go, you know, fall asleep and have a restless night's sleep. And like I said, I'm not getting very many hours of sleep, so I'm really tired all day long. I do think tonight I'm going to take a nap. Last night I did not take a nap. I got into bed with Alex, and he was going to bed, and I thought, okay, I'm going to lay here for like an hour and a half and try to lay down and then watch my shows, and if I sleep through the night, I sleep through the night. But then I was like, I really want to watch these shows, because the night before I hadn't really watched any shows, so I was like, I'm going to get up and watch these shows, and then I'll go to bed. So I watched the newest episode of Hijack, which is really good. I love that show. It's a total edge of your seat thriller on Apple TV. Would highly recommend it. And then Mel had told me about this Zodiac. It was called The Myth of the Zodiac. It was 2 episodes, documentary series on Peacock, and it was about, like, was there ever really a Zodiac killer, or was it separate killings that somebody else took responsibility for, and they basically come out and say, like, that the letters that were written by somebody that was never the killer. There's a lot of speculation. I watched both episodes of that. They were about an hour. The second one was an hour and 10 minutes. The first one, I think, was an hour long. Watched both of those. It was okay. I didn't love it. I'm very intrigued by the Zodiac killer. I love to read or research about true crime cases that haven't been solved. I don't know why. There's like a scarier element to me that person could still be out there. And so I'm very intrigued by the Zodiac killer and the fact that they've never found the Zodiac killer, and they think that he's possibly dead at this point and whatnot, right? And there's been a lot of speculation about it being this person or being that person. There's even speculation in this film about it. It was okay. It wasn't horrible. For some reason, it kind of reminded me of that Skinwalker Ranch series that I watched. It just kind of seemed a little cheesy to me. This guy he wrote this book called A Literary Investigation, the myth of the Zodiac, a literary investigation. Oh, it looks like they picked up my food. Did they pick up my food already? Hold on, I got a text. Hi Peter, your order has been picked up from Piatta Italian Street Food, and your dasher is on the way. So he was like a professor, and he had these theories that like each person, there was a motive for their killing. and that they weren't linked, and that it was somebody that was like a copycat that was like taking responsibility. So there never was really like any true Zodiac killer. It just, some of his theories kind of seemed to be a stretch to me a little bit. Some of them did not. Some of them made total sense. But a few of them kind of seemed like a stretch a little bit. So I don't know how I feel about it. The documentary was okay. I mean, it was good enough that it kept me interested to keep on watching it. It wasn't bad. I need to talk to Mel about it. I'm going to probably call Mel tonight. She's been off from like Wednesday. I think she's off from Wednesday to Sunday or something like that. So I'll call her tonight and we'll catch up. I didn't listen to any of my audiobooks last night. I do want to do that tonight. And then I also want to watch the newest episode of Cruel Summer and watch some of the Lincoln Lawyer. So that's my plans for tonight. But I do want to lay down and take a little bit of a nap. Oh, by the way, somebody in the Vloggerinos group posted. So I shared this on my Peter Does Stuff channel about that I had bought Boo Radley the Frosty Paws ice cream treats for dogs. Or they're not real ice cream, but I don't think they have dairy in them or anything like that. But somebody posted that they were concerned about it because they knew somebody whose dogs had eaten it, and both dogs like had to go to the vet, and it was like really horrible and all this kind of stuff, which thank you. I appreciate you bringing that attention to me. I have like the dog that I was, like those Frosty Paws things have been around for a long time. When my dog that I had growing up, when my mom, we used to give him Frosty Paws. He loved them. So Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee, we used to get him for him like maybe once a summer, and we would give him 1 cup. It was funny because I think I said this in my vlog, but when I showed him to Alex, Alex was like, you know Boo Radley doesn't like those, right? And I was like, well, he might try it again or whatever. He never really knew what to do with them, and he kind of like watched Tucker and Pee-Pee, and then he'd lick them a few times or whatever. Tucker and Pee-Pee loved them. They just look like little cups of ice cream is what they look like. So anyway, this was before I read the comments in the Vloggerinos group. I hadn't seen that yet, and so last night, we watched Orange County last night, and then while I was eating, and he what did he make last night? Did he make a salad last night? I feel like he made a salad. So while we were eating, we watched Orange County, and when I got my food ready and was like getting ready to watch the show, I opened one of the Frosty Paws treats. Like I said, this was before I read the post in the Vloggerinos group, and put it on the kitchen floor for him, like right next to like where his water bowl is. He could not be bothered with it. He went over and smelled it and was like, he just was, that was it. Like, he didn't lick it. He was done with it. We left it down for about 20 minutes, and he kept on like running around and like looking at it, and then just kind of smelling it, and then he was kind of bored of it. So he never even licked it, not once, and I put it back in the freezer. Alex was like, let it like melt a little bit, and I was like, he's not gonna lick it. So you don't have to be worried about Boo Radley because he doesn't want those treats anyway. But I did read the article. Somebody linked this article that was like all these concerns. Well, first of all, any treats that like we've ever given our dogs in the past, I've run by our vet, who, like I said this in a video not too long ago, our vet, her specialty is dog food. Like, she got her master's and whatever, or whatever. She like had specialty training and like could work for like a dog food company and things like that. There's only like, she said there's only like 20 or 30 people in the country that have like the training that she has about dog foods and things like that. And so anything that we've ever given them, including the Frosty Paws, like in the past, like we've asked her about it, and she's like, yeah, they're totally fine. She didn't say anything ever. I mean, she's always said, like, you don't want to, like, overfeed a dog. I'd rather a dog be thin versus heavy, you know, things like that. And that was, like, the main thing. It talked about a lot of different issues that a dog could have as a result of, like, some of the ingredients that were in there. So I am glad that you brought that to my attention. But like I said, you don't have to worry, because Boo Radley's not going to eat them. He has no interest in them whatsoever. But the main thing it talked about was like obesity. Well, like whenever we gave the dog, it was like 1 cup a summer or something. It was like we never like regularly, I don't know who would give these to their dog regularly. I mean, it's kind of a special treat kind of thing, you know. But what was interesting about reading this article was that the article was so grammatically incorrect. And I was like, okay, so this is like a veterinary medical article, supposedly, that is citing why you shouldn't be giving these Frosty Paws to your dogs. And it was interesting because like every paragraph, it was almost kind of like, it was like written by AI or something like that, because it was like every paragraph was like, Of course, you might think that Frosty Paws are a wonderful treat for your furry friend. It was like every paragraph started with that. I read the whole thing. But it was like, there was grammatical errors through the whole thing. And whenever I read something that's like research or evidence or whatever, and it's got a bunch of grammatical errors in it, that always kind of makes me like not trust it. I'm just using this as an example because I thought it was funny, but like, I'm always kind of like, well, there's a lot of grammatical errors in this, so I don't know how much I trust the, you know, whatever. But I am appreciative that you guys look out for Boo Radley and that you brought that up. And like I said, hold on a second, Caroline's texting me. She's like, are you okay? She's texted me several times today. Hold on. We're trying to figure out a day next week to get together. But she has to go to a funeral because one of her husband's friends that was in their wedding was actually murdered like 2 days ago. It's really sad. I don't really know the details of it, but he was like a transport officer for like a jail or prison or something, and apparently like they were transporting somebody and the person killed him. It's horrible. And this guy was like Mike's best friend, like when they got married and like all the way through, and like was in their wedding and all this kind of stuff. And so but Caroline has to go to the funeral on Monday, so she like has to work another day in exchange for that. So the day that she typically would pick me up, she can't come and pick me up. So I was just she had texted me several times today, but I've been like filming these videos. So she was like, are you okay? And have you watched Black Mirror? Because we always talk about TV shows, and I have not watched Black Mirror. But she was asking about Monday. She was like, I can pick you up after the funeral if you want to do Monday. I was like, don't worry about it. Because Monday I have a marriage counseling session late at 6. So I was like, I totally understand about Monday. Do your thing. Spend it with Mike. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. So Alex can run me to the grocery store if I need to go anywhere on Sunday or something like that. Or I can, you know, get stuff from Amazon Fresh or whatnot. So anyway, what was I going to say? So yeah, so I got up last night and I watched Hijack and then I watched Zodiac. And then towards the end of Zodiac, I made a cup of tea. And I put a bag of the new tea that I got. So I got this new, I don't remember what the brand is, but it's like a real earthy, kind of like all natural hippie brand of tea. And it's like caramel flavored. It was really good. But it's like a bedtime tea that you take to like calm you down before you go to bed. And then I actually put another bag, I put it in this like tall cup. I put a bag of the Sleepy Time Extra in there. And because I was like, I was already like yawning and I was tired and stuff. And I was like, okay, like I really want to be like exhausted. Like, and I want this, it's like when I lay down, I want to fall right asleep because I was really tired. Like I said, I hadn't gotten good sleep the last couple days or anything like that. So I made that cup of tea. Got that. I've been using my electric kettle a little bit more lately. So I use my electric kettle and use like a tall, like, it's this Walmart cup that I got back in the day. I used to always take it to meetings. It looks like a white coffee cup, but it's like tall and it's plastic. I think it was like $9.99 and I've used it forever. So I made the tea in that. I put 2 of the bags in there and then I filled it to the top with boiling water from the kettle. And I let it steep forever for like 10 or 15 minutes. And I drank that, and then like 20 minutes after starting to drink that, I took the 2 sleep supplements, the herbal sleep supplements that have magnesium in it, and valerian root, the ones that have like been helping me the most, and I took those. And by the time that I like turned off my iPad and went upstairs, which was late, it was like 4:30, I was really tired. Like I literally could have fallen asleep right here in this chair. And I went upstairs, put my iPad away. I always put my iPad away and put my glasses and my reading glasses in the kitchen and everything like that and clean up, you know, I threw out the tea bags and like put the cup in rinsed out the cup and put it in the dishwasher and stuff. But I go upstairs and I lay down in bed and I was like talking to Boo Radley and I'm so comfortable. Our bed is so comfortable and my head is so comfortable. And I lay down in bed, and yet again, tossing and turning, tossing and turning, tossing and turning, cannot fall asleep. I was so over it. And it was, again, like 2.5 hours. Like, Alex got up to get ready for work. He had to be at work at 7 today. He had to go into work real early. And I just was like, I was like, by the time that he was like getting up, and my eyes have been hurting a lot too because I've been tired. By the time that he got up and was going to work, I was so frustrated. And I just was like, and he was like, "Are you okay, babe?" And I said, "I have, again, not gotten any sleep. Like, I don't know what is going on. So I need to call my neurologist and talk to him about this Keppra. Like, I don't want to come off the Keppra, but if the Keppra is like, if this is a side effect of the, I mean, I cannot continue to go on for like weeks or months on end and not get any sleep. I just can't do it, you know? So I've read the forums, and my primary care physician basically said that, yeah, it's probably a side effect of that, but like, I need to talk to him too. Have not heard anything from the hospital. Again, another day, I have not heard anything. And actually, I was going to call the plumber today, but I ended up talking to a friend of mine, like a sober friend of mine, for like an hour and a half on the phone. They had reached out to me and they wanted to talk about some stuff, so I talked to them for like an hour and a half on the phone today. And then right after that, I went into my therapy, my Zoom therapy session, individual session, which was fantastic today. And by fantastic, because people always be like, what do you mean when you, it just gave me a lot of hope and a lot of motivation. My therapist he's very inspiring and very motivational, and he's real funny too. Like, he had on a new shirt, and it was a real cute shirt. It was like blue and white polka dots. And I was like, you look like very nice, because he usually wears like a hoodie and like khakis or something. And I go, you look really nice today. And he was like, thanks. He was like, my girlfriend took me out shopping, and by taking me out shopping, I mean, she picked out all the clothes and I paid for them. And I go, oh, so what you're saying is your girlfriend has an issue with how you dress? And he was like, yeah. And I said, well, I think that you dress really nice. Like, every time we see you, because when we go, well, Alex, when he sees him individually, goes in the office. I do it Zoom because I don't want to take an Uber over there. And I don't mind the Zooming thing. I think for therapy sessions, like, it works really well with us. But for marriage counseling, we go and see him in person. I said, whenever I see you, I said, you always look really nice. And he always has like khakis on. He either has like a button down or like a hoodie, but it's like a LL Bean hoodie. It's not like, you know, like a hoodie that says like Hurley or something on it. And then he's always got like real cute shoes on. He's got like, you know, like he wears like the Chelsea boots and stuff like that. And he's like, well, anything that you ever see me in is probably something that my girlfriend has bought. And he goes, you and Alex, because he's always like, you and Alex are like, always look so nice, and you're kind of fashionistas. I'm like, yeah, me. I mean, I do try to look kind of nicer for the therapy sessions, just because I like to try to show up and look nice for Alex, and if we go out to dinner somewhere. So I always try to like wear cute shorts and a cute shirt or whatever. But I still wear like a polo shirt and like corduroy shorts or something, you know, or khaki shorts or whatever. But he's always like, Alex, you dress so nice, and he always loves Alex's shoes. He's always like, Alex, you have the best shoe game in town, and all this kind of stuff. So he told me, he was like, yeah, I always try to look nicer for you guys because you guys are fashionistas. But anyway, we had a great session, and by that I mean, like, he just really inspired me and motivated me and stuff like that, and we had a really good talk. And so, yeah, it was just a good session. He's such a nice guy, and I just really, like, trust him implicitly, and I think this is my DoorDash coming. I think it's so important when you see a therapist to like build a really good rapport with somebody, and we have such a great rapport. And I was telling him today, it's like, for so long, I mean, really like the first year of us seeing each other. Let me go get this DoorDash. I'll be right back. Hold on just a second. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Be safe. Have a good evening.
You too.
Okay, my DoorDash. So anyway, I'll take that inside when we get to the 30-minute mark. But, you know, for like the first 6 months, not even the first 6 months, probably the first year of us meeting, I literally every session would just, and I don't talk a lot about this, and I don't really want to get into it that deep because, you know, I've kind of made a commitment to not like, maybe someday I will, Not right now. Do I want to share a lot about all of it? You know, out of respect for the other people that were involved. But like for the first year, like every session that we would get into, I would just bawl my eyes out, you know, because it was mostly we were talking about the accident. And I just would, it'd be like the entire session, I just would be a complete mess, you know? And so we were talking today, and I just was like, you've been so incredibly helpful to me. And he'd, you know, he would say things to me like, just let it out, just cry. Like, if you need to sit here for 10 minutes and just cry and not say anything, we can do that. And he'd say, you know, no matter what you're feeling, like, just share it. Like, just say what you're feeling. Like, this is a safe space. And, you know, he's young. He's 37. He's a straight guy. And, which doesn't matter. Like, I've always seen straight counselors. And I don't know. He's got a huge clinical background, but he's never, like, hugely clinical with me. Like, it's never about diagnoses and stuff like that. He's just very layman's terms. And so we were talking today about, like, the things I've processed in the last year, and all the things I've learned and all this kind of stuff. And so yeah, so it was a good session. So after that was at 3 o'clock. So I was so tired, and I had been drinking iced coffee and stuff. I was just, like, so exhausted. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make a video. And then Alex texted me, and he was like, I'm coming home early because I'm done early today, because he had gone in early. And I was like, well, what time are you going to get done? And it was like 4 o'clock. It was like right at 4 o'clock. He's like, well, I'm coming home. Like I'm leaving now. And I was like, okay. So I was like, if I'm going to make a video, I need to make a video now. So I started making a drama video. It ended up being 45 minutes long, 43 minutes long. I thought it'd be like 20 minutes. And, who's this text? Hold on. It says, Claire is approaching with your order from Piata. Okay, his name was not Claire, I don't believe, but I could be wrong. Your order was dropped off. Please refer to this photo your dasher provided to see where it was left. Do you guys want to see this? This is so embarrassing. This is the photo that they sent. It's me walking away with my bag. I'm going to call this Evidence. That's going to be the name of my video. Evidence. Factual Evidence. Anyway. I don't know why that cracks me up so much. So I had the session, got off, and then I was like talking to, well, Alex was like, he's on his way home. So I was like, if I'm going to make a video, I got to make a video now. So I thought I would have it done by the time he got home, because it takes him about 20 minutes to get home. And, but he came home like while I was filming the video, which is interesting because he usually texts me and he's like, okay, I'm like about to pull in, can I come in the garage? And he didn't today, but I heard the garage door go up while I was filming. And so like in the middle of it, I was like, okay, you guys, I think it was at like the 23-minute mark. I was like, I gotta take a break because my husband's about to come in, and I said some stuff, and then I was like, I'll be back in a second. So when he came in, Alex was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I was filming a video. And he was like, okay, well, I'll take Boo Radley upstairs until you finish and whatever. And I said, well, I was going to do a review video too. And he's like, well, that's fine. He's like, do your review video. Which I reviewed those, what do you call it, dirty dough cookies. They are a real competitor of crumble cookies. You guys, they are very, very good. I was super impressed with them. They're delicious. I'll be having one tonight, maybe. Because I have to tell you, so many people asked me, they said, could you do a review of the Biscoff ice cream that I bought, the bars? They're like the cookie dough, Biscoff, whatever. So I had one last night. I was like, I don't know which ice cream treat to have. I could literally probably have had like 4. I'm kind of getting back in this thing where I'm wanting sweet stuff again, which is weird because I hadn't for a long time. I think maybe it was like going on vacation and having dessert every night at dinner. But I had one of those Biscoff bars last night. I don't even know how to get in a review and do it, you guys, because let me just tell you, they blow Haagen-Dazs out of the water with those. And Caroline said she had those butter cookie cones from Haagen-Dazs and she liked it. I was like, you're crazy. They blow those cones out of the water. That Biscoff bar, I mean, if you are an ice cream freak that loves like caramel and cookie dough, Not like chocolate chip cookie dough, just regular. Go get those. I mean, there's 3 of them, and they're like $5.49, so I will say they're expensive, and they're about that big. It was one of the most delicious things I've ever had in my entire life. So I probably will do a review of it because I know not everybody watches my my vlog channel to hear what I think about it. Okay, the camera stopped, and then I took my food inside so that I could put it in the refrigerator so my sandwich wouldn't get warm so I could eat it. And he's still watching Cruel Summer. I asked him, I said, do you want one of these crumble cookies? Or crumble cookies, dirty dough cookies. And he was like, not yet, I just finished my salad, I'm full. And I said, you need to try the jalapeno jam cheesecake jam. I said, it is so good. And he loves like jalapeno anything, so he'll really like it. But anyway, yeah, the Biscoff was fantastic. Tonight I think I'm gonna try the Kit Kat candy, the Kit Kat ice cream cone. I think that's the one I'm gonna try tonight. I know it's corny, but I get excited about that kind of stuff. I get excited about trying new stuff like these. Like, these are really good. It gets so boring sometimes being an alcoholic in recovery. It's like, I'm not a huge soda drinker, and if I do, it's usually Diet Coke. You know, every once in a while I'll have a regular Coke, but typically it's Diet Coke. And I have all this Diet Coke in the fridge right now. And the only times I've been drinking it typically have been if I'm like going somewhere, like the other day when we went to the meeting with Tanya, and going with Caroline the other day. Like, if I need some caffeine and I'm tired, like, instead of like making coffee or iced coffee to go, I'll take a Diet Coke. I haven't really been drinking tons of it, so, which is fine. It's probably good for me not to drink a bunch of soda. This isn't like these aren't super healthy or anything, but I like to have different things to, you know, to have, like, and I still have some of that Zevia soda. I tried to, like, 3 nights in a row, because I was like, Alex, like, asked at work, and they weren't super interested in taking them. He said he'd still take them, but I was like, okay. So they weren't super interested in them. I can't imagine why. They're not that great. But I drank like the cream soda ones like 3 nights in a row. They're drinkable. They're okay. They're just not. I wouldn't buy them again. Dang it! I should have asked Valerie if Valerie wanted to. If she wanted them, and I would have given them to her. But anyway, I think she's going back to her boyfriend. So today, I think she went back to her boyfriend. So anyway, so I'm trying to get rid of that stuff. I have the, what's it called? It used to be Sierra Mist, and now it's the Starry. But I bought the Starry Zero, and I don't love the taste of that. But I like to have different things, because as an alcoholic, it gets kind of boring. It's like coffee, tea, water, Diet Coke, you know? It's like, I used to drink Red Bulls. I don't drink Red Bulls as much anymore. I don't really like energy drinks. Every once in a blue moon, I kind of get a taste for an energy drink. What's weird is, like, if we go to a music festival, I might have, like, 1 or 2, like, what are they called? Red Bulls, and I'll usually get, like, the Red Bulls that are, like, the different colors, like the summer edition, the yellow ones. I like to try those. They all kind of taste the same to me. But if I go to a gas station, like, if I'm going to go hang out with, like, well, typically, if I'm hanging out with Tanya, I'll get a fountain pop. But, like, let's just say for one day I feel like having an energy drink, which I haven't done this in months, I'll get, like, a Monster or something, or, and it'll be, like, a green apple, you know, Monster or green apple, whatever those, there's Rock Stars, I think is the ones that have green apple. I'll get something real different, you know, because every once in a while I like to try something different, but I didn't buy any more of those cans of the water, the Death Wish water or whatever it's called, because the last time that I got them, I didn't drink them as much, and I didn't like them as much as just using my water, pure water filter thing. So I'm just going to use that and fill up my Stanley water cup. I'm not going to, which I got 2 blue ones, one's for Alex, and then I have a black one that I got too. And I love those Stanley cups. So it's just easier for me to fill that up, and I don't know, like, for a while I was, like, really into the metal cans of water, but I'm not so into it anymore. So yeah, and then tomorrow Alex has his friend's birthday, and then they're going back to her house and hanging out. I think her birthday is early. So I'll be on my own tomorrow just to watch shows, and he asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, is it a couples thing? And he's like, no, her boyfriend will be there, but nobody else's partner is going to be there. And I was like, no, I don't. think I want to go then. It's like 6 people going, but like her boyfriend's the only partner that's going. So I was like, no, I don't think I'll go. And then Saturday night, he has another friend of his birthday that he's going out to dinner with. And it's at a steakhouse, which is always real difficult for me. And I don't know this group of friends as well. I know the girl whose birthday it is. She's really sweet. But Alex was like, do you want to go to it? And I was like, let me think about it. Let me see. And I was asking him who's going. And I don't really know any of the other people that are going. And I was like, I don't know, maybe. We'll see. He'll have a better time probably with that group without me anyway, you know. So I might ask Tanya if she wants to hang out and do something this weekend. Or my sponsor or something. So we'll see. My sponsor's got a boyfriend now, so she's been dating this guy for a couple months now. So she's real busy with him on the weekends. He's a real nice guy, and she's so excited, and I'm so excited for her. But anyway, they spend their days on the weekend mulching her yard. She's forever working on her yard. Like forever mulching, planting trees. She's got a gorgeous yard, and she's like back up against the woods. And so she's got deer that come up her yard and stuff, and she's forever mulching, planting flowers, planting plants, redoing her deck, rearranging. She's got this huge long deck with like a gazebo on the end of it. Rearranging her deck. The deck is like the whole length of her house. It's so cool. She's got like a million places to like sit and do like recovery work at her house. And her house is, I love her house so much. We actually, when we did inventory, she has like this upstairs, like her bedroom's on the main floor, but she's like this upstairs area. She's a really nice house. And she's got like one of those huge like not a love seat, but like, it looks like a beanbag, but it's like a love, you know what I'm talking about? Those love bags or love seats or whatever they're called. She's like a huge one, and her dog just sat it. She's got 3 dogs, but her one dog just sat it the whole time and looked at us like this. And then she's got this huge, everything in her house is like white and black. She's got this huge white couch that's like so comfortable, and the carpet's white, and everything is white in this room. And it was just such a perfect place to do inventory. And it just was so relaxing and felt very spiritual. And she had all these candles lit and stuff. And so, yeah, but on the weekends, like they do yard work all day long. And then at night, she loves to go dancing. So she'll find some band here in Indianapolis, and she'll be like, oh, this band was playing at such and such park, and so we went there because I wanted to go dancing, and they were playing like the greatest hits of Rod Stewart or something. She's so funny. I love her. She's like always wanting to go dancing. She's always like, she'll call me up and she'll be like, do you want to go dancing this weekend? I'm like, no, I'm good. And she'll be like, I can't find anybody that wants to go dancing. She's like, I just want to go hear a band and go dancing. So her and Tanya do every once in a while. But yeah, so now she's got this boyfriend. He likes to dance, so they go dancing place. He'll take her to some concert in the park, and they go listen to live bands here in town. She loves that, so she's having a good time. But anyway, I don't know what I'll do this weekend. I don't really care. Honestly, I've got a couple movies and some TV shows that I want to watch. I want to catch up on Lincoln Lawyer and all this other kind of stuff, and I'll just probably make some videos and not stress myself out. I keep on saying, like, every day, I'm like, I'm going to take today off. I'm going to take today off, or I'm going to take tomorrow off and not make any videos. Like, earlier I was like, okay, well, I filmed videos today, so if I don't make videos tomorrow, like, I can take tomorrow off. Like I said, videos on Friday don't do great anyway. But now I'm like, well, Alex is going to be going out to dinner, so he's going to work and then come home and relax for a little bit and then go out to dinner, so there's no reason for me not to make videos. So we'll just see kind of how I feel tomorrow, if there's something I want to talk about or whatever. I might do like a vlog and then like a Peterisms video or something like that. I've been kind of mixing it up a little bit and doing like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. By the way, I love doing my Peterisms videos right now. People are asking me all kinds of questions, and I'm loving doing that video, or loving doing that channel. So if you have questions that you want me to answer with my wonderful life experience, go over to my Peterisms channel and leave a comment, and I might pick your question. So yeah, that's tomorrow and Saturday, and then we'll do brunch somewhere on Sunday. I kind of like to try somewhere different other than Cafe Pas de Choux. And just have a relaxing weekend. So tomorrow, oh, this is why I was going to maybe not make videos tomorrow. So I looked on the weather last night about today, because it was supposed to rain really hard today and tomorrow. And I looked on the weather, and it said it was going to be full sunshine today. Well, partly cloudy in the afternoon, maybe a possible thunderstorm. But this morning, like most of the day, it was going to be full. And I was like, okay, so I've got to talk to this guy the friend of mine in recovery, and then I also have my therapy session, so I was like, I don't know if I can go to the pool. Well, I looked at Friday, and it said mostly sunny on Friday. Let's see if it still says that. And I was like, yeah, it said 91 and mostly sunshine and clouds mix. That was, so I was like, let's see if, right now it's 81 cloudy, feels like 84. Yep, tomorrow, 92 now. Mostly sunny skies, high of 90. So I might go to the pool tomorrow. That doesn't mean that I won't make videos. I can always, how do I get out of this? Hold on a second. Okay, so tomorrow it's 92, mostly sunny skies. So I might try to go to the pool. And then Saturday, 84, thunderstorms likely, gusty winds and small hail are possible, which means I won't be able to sit outside and watch my shows, but that's okay because Alex will be gone so I can sit inside. Sunday, 87, mostly sunny skies. So we might go to the pool on Sunday and skip brunch. Monday, thunderstorms likely, 81. Tuesday, sunny along with a few clouds. Tanya said she has something again this Tuesday, so she's not sure if she can go to the meeting this Tuesday. So Alex was talking to Melissa. We haven't had dinner with Melissa and Jason for a while, so Alex was like, are you going to your meeting on Tuesday with Tanya? And I said, I'm not sure yet. She thinks she has something that she has to do, so we may not go this Tuesday. And he was like, okay, well, if we don't, do you want to go to dinner with Jason and Melissa? And I said, yeah, that'd be fun. So we might do dinner on Tuesday with Jason and Melissa, and then Monday night we have marriage counseling. 85, thunderstorms in the morning. That's Wednesday. Thursday, 87, scattered thunderstorms in the morning. Friday, 83, partly cloudy skies. Saturday, mostly sunny skies, 83. It just looks like it's going to rain every day until like the 26th. And then it's sunshine along with some cloudy intervals. And Thursday, the 27th, a few clouds from time to time, high around 85 degrees. So, I mean, not bad in the mid-80s, you know, is nice weather. So I should go in here and look at the comments on the vlogs and see what y'all are saying. Hold on a second. Respond to some comments. Okay, so somebody responded or commented and said, "Hi Peter." Well, I don't want to say your name because I think it's your last name. "Hi Peter, need your advice. I recently relocated from Nevada to Tennessee and I have no family nor friends here. The neighborhood I live in is mostly populated with seniors, which I loved, but I'm in my late 30s and I just realized that across from me there is a gay couple around my age that I would love to make friends. Any suggestions on how I can do that without seeming creepy or desperate?" Okay, first of all, you're in your late 30s like my husband. That's very nice that you love seniors. I will tell you, my husband does not love the fact that all of our neighbors are seniors. He is not as interactive with the neighbors as I am. I love to talk to the neighbors. My neighbor just came out and is watering his little hostas right now. I love to talk to my neighbors. If my neighbors were 20, I would talk to them, you know? I just love talking to my neighbors. Alex is not so much like that. Like, if they're out, if he's, like, walking Boo, or he's out in the yard doing something. Oh, that's one thing I can do this weekend, is start to clean up this walkway, because it's weed central. But, like, he will talk to them and say hi, but, like, I'll sit there and be like, and so-and-so said this, and so, he could care less. He doesn't care about that. So, don't feel bad about being in your late 30s and, like, your seniors being your neighborhood, and being your neighbors and not connecting. As far as a gay couple living across the street, I mean, whether it's a straight couple or a gay couple or whoever it is, I think I just go over and, I don't know, maybe buy him a plant or, you know, a loaf of bread or something, and just be like, hey, I'm new to the neighborhood, and just be honest with them and say what I said, and say, I don't want this to sound creepy or desperate, but I'm looking for some friends, and you guys seem like nice guys, and, you know, like, you seem like my type of people, and it's, to be honest with you, mostly older people in this neighborhood, and I love that, but it's like, you know, and I just wondered if, you know, like, I wanted to get to know you guys and meet you and whatever. I have found in my approaching neighbors like that 99% of the time they are completely open and very nice about that. Like my neighbor yesterday, she's just like, I keep on saying to you, and to the neighbor in the corner, his wife that's watering plants, that she's going to have us over for a big dinner, like 3 couples. And she was like, and I need to do that, blah, 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 whatever, and I keep on forgetting. And so, I mean, I have always found, just to be honest with people, you know, like, just go to people and say, like, I don't want this to sound desperate or weird or creepy or different, but, like, I don't have a lot of people here. I don't have any family or friends, and I want to meet some people, and you guys seem like really nice guys, and, like, you know, you kind of seem like my kind of people, and I just, you know, thought I'd come over and introduce myself. Maybe we could hang out sometime and have a glass of wine or a cup of coffee or something like that, you know? I don't think that's weird at all. I think that's nice, and I think it'd be nice if you did that as a neighbor. They're supposed to come over to you and bring you the plant or the loaf of bread, you know, but you can always do that. Okay, so somebody said, it took a lot of trazodone to get me to sleep, and it left me feeling really hungover when I finally did go to sleep, and I don't believe your doctor about the trazodone. I take like 100 milligrams, and it never made me all that tired. I hope it works for you. Maybe where, I'm not taking 100 milligrams. I mean, I'm taking the lowest dose. Maybe where you don't take a lot of medicine, you'll have more success. It sucks not being able to sleep. It doesn't work for me at all. Okay, so Tia must have been the one that... Tia was also the one, by the way, that told me about how to get a song unstuck in your head, so I appreciate that because it works. But she was the one that must have told me about sticking your finger in the plant, and she said, I didn't mean your finger needs to be spotlessly clean, Peter, LOL. I mean, when you first water it, stick your finger in the dirt and see how dirty it comes out. Then after that, you check in 2 days, and if much less dirt comes out, that means the soil is dry enough that it needs water. Well, I know that. Okay, I get it. Sorry if I confused you. No. I'm totally, that's what I do. Okay, S. Campbell said, Peter, if you like these flavors, you should try the mango pineapple refresher with coconut milk from Dunkin'. It tastes like vacation. I love Dunkin' Donuts. Tanya and I were talking about that yesterday. I was like, I think I like Dunkin' Donuts more than I like Starbucks. She's like, me too. Keeping It Real said, guilty, I fall asleep to your vlog every night. Your soothing voice knocks me out in about 10 minutes. Promise I do watch again when I wake up in the next morning while having a coffee. Oh, you're so sweet. Dane Daly, I need to screenshot this, said, so this is off topic, Peter, but you should try a Tiffany plate. Cottage cheese with mustard that you dip broccoli, carrot, hearts of palm, and chicken sausage in it. I can't eat chicken sausage. LOL, it's a trendy diet on TikTok. It's not delicious, but it would be fun to see your reaction. I don't have a problem trying that. I love to try this stuff on TikTok. I'll do that. Minus the chicken sausage. Alicia said, I love to listen and watch your vlogs while I'm working. I hope you're able to get some sleep soon. Thank you so much. Brooke said, I took trazodone for sleep too. It took about 2 weeks to work fully for me. She also said, I'd recommend sticking it out because I remember it not really working for a week. However, one thing I learned is what works for one may not work for another. I can take Xanax and it does nothing for me, yet some say it knocks them out. Trazodone has worked for 9 years for me. It's definitely frustrating trying to find what works for you. I don't know if I'm going to continue with it or not. I mean, always people keep on telling me to keep on trying it, that I'll keep on working. But the thing is that, like, if it does the opposite for me, then I cannot sleep. I don't know. It just worries me, you know? Jade said, I totally have your vlog on in the background. Once I'm home from work, getting changed, showering, getting in my PJs, etc. You have such a lovely, calming voice. Love from cloudy, rainy London. You would never know it's July. Oh, you're so sweet. Frankie, I love that name. One of my mom's best friends, her name was Frankie. Have a good day, Peter. Frankie and Johnny were sweethearts. Christy said, prayers for good night's sleep. Oh, thank you. The LHME said, I'm watching you on my cell phone for the first time. Usually watch on PC. Is it different? Kayla said, anybody else ever seen the movie Hillbilly Elegy? Oh my god, I loved that movie. It was so good. It was so well done. Watched it on Netflix yesterday and I thought it was so good. I agree. It was fantastic. I think it's the one with Glenn Close and Amy Adams. It was really, really good. Stacy said, stop all the sleep medication and start walking. You can listen to your audiobooks while you walk. Okay, when I do physical activity, it typically makes me more wide awake. I'm like, should I say this or not? Like, you know how like a lot of people when they... Okay, I'm 51 years old. I'll say what I want. I've been married for 12 years. I'll say what I want to say. You know, like when some people have romanticals and then they fall right asleep, like right afterwards. My husband falls right asleep, okay? I am wired for sound for days. So when I like go for a walk, like then I'm like, okay, let's do this. And I mean, it doesn't make me sleepy at all. It doesn't make me sleepy hours later either. Being at the pool, that makes me sleepy. I need to be going to the pool more. Okay. While I agree with Kayla's opinion about cell phones, I'm not going to get into that again today. I completely 100% agree with your statement, Kayla. But I just don't want it to be bringing a lot of trouble that we're talking about this in the vlog. Tanya said, well, if your doctor's offices are anything like mine, they're never going to call back. You're just going to have to keep calling. Unfortunately, yes, I'm learning that, and yes, it is frustrating. I'm so over it. Okay, now I'm going to read this out loud. Well, maybe I should read it first. Oh. My unsolicited opinion said, Peter, I hope you see this and can provide your opinion once you watch this. On The Real Housewives of Orange County this week, watch for this towards the end of the tent camping trip when they are eating bison steak. First of all, I just have to tell you, I love Heather Dubrow, but she is coming across as so entitled and so nasty this season. I'm really having an issue with her. When they're eating bison steak at the campsite, Jennifer walks out of her tent and everyone is talking about her high heel shoes. Basically, why does she have them on? You hear someone yell, I'm on fire, but Bravo never shows who said that or what happened. A worker, a production crew member? I don't know. I didn't hear that. That's interesting. I'll have to go back and watch that. Thanks for bringing that to my attention because I love talking housewives, anything. But that's sad if somebody caught on fire. I hope they're okay. Samantha said, trazodone didn't work for me either. I take something, a militropolene or something, now it helps. Penny. Hey, Penny. Penny from the, what was that cartoon I love, The Rescuers. Sometimes being overtired can make it harder to fall asleep. If you're used to napping, I nap. I am going to do that. That's what I've decided is that I'm just going to lay down and nap because that's when I get some sleep. Like I said yesterday, and I wish I would have yesterday. She also said a 6-year-old does not need a cell phone. I agree, Penny. I know there's somebody on here that is going to say that their 6-year-old needs a cell phone, so I'm just waiting for it. Caitlin said, I normally only get to watch 30 to 40 minutes of each vlog because it's what I use to get ready for work. Then got to get up. Girl, then you need to get up earlier, okay? No, I'm joking. H. De Niro said, ain't nothing short about this vlog except for your short sleeves. Peter, stop playing. Judy said, not Judy Smith though, Judy Millie Moo. Judy Millie Moo, I love that, that's so cute. I'm loving the Peterisms with answering questions. Peter's looking snappy with his new hairdo. Oh, you're so sweet. I just got out of my comments. Hold on a second. Oh my god, I've gotten asked this question by so many people in DMs and stuff. Christy asked, Peter, do you have Britney Spears' new book on pre-order? I do not. So I don't know that I'm going to read it. I don't know. I'm sure I probably will the closer it gets. It depends on how long it is, in all honesty. I don't know that I want to read 15 hours of it, but I really do. Like, she's pushing it, like, on her Instagram stories and stuff, talking about how hard she worked on this book. I wonder if she had a ghostwriter. It'd be interesting to hear about everything that's happened to her from her own point of view. So, for that reason, I probably will read it. Jackson Family Vlog said, Peter, I'm not sure if you've ever seen this show before, and I know you mentioned not being excited about darker, heavy shows, but I just found out about and finished Mayor of Easttown with Kate Winslet, and I found it to be really great, and especially with you loving true crime, I thought of you. If you have seen it already, I apologize. Well, you don't need to apologize. I've seen every show in the world. I do realize it's been out for a while. I just only now found it. I was actually just talking to Alex about this in Mexico. But if you haven't, it's definitely worth a watch. So I have seen it. I watched it in Miami a couple years ago when it first came out. Fantastic. One of my favorite shows ever. It was so good. So well done. Joanne said it was a great show. Jean Smart was great too. Did Jean Smart play her mother in that show? I think she did. And then I got to the comments. Ada said, I love Cousin Fun Days with Caroline too. Oh, you're so sweet. Alright, well, I'm going to get off here now and go in and eat my piata. My neighbor and her husband, she's getting ready to leave to go somewhere. They're talking about the plants and the flowers and how pretty they are. I love them. They're so sweet. So I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Thursday and that you're getting ready to have the best weekend ever. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. Like I always say, you might be putting a smile on their face, you might be changing their day for the better, you might be making them happier, and you might be making them feel not so all alone. There's a lot of people out there that feel alone. We don't want people to feel alone. And also, be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more, and most importantly, be kinder and love yourselves a little bit more. Because why? Why? It all starts with you. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.